Oh, and we're alive. I didn't get a countdown clock or anything. Hello, good morning, crypto warriors. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto episode 111.
111. I'm getting up there.
Wow. I am King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay. And we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish. We're trying to actually get better at being at just straight 10 people. So continue to work with us. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Let's just go ahead and kick it off for the free Bitcoin. Who do we have?
For the free Bitcoin, our question was, in light of the NCAA situation where players are getting paid under the table, what are some creative ways to use cryptocurrency? Got a lot of great responses. And one of the best ones, or the best one, which you chose for the winner, was Indiana the Great. They actually stated, paying players under the table may actually help with athletes and students as well, because you could pay off student loans with cryptocurrency, and having a way to accept it as payment is a way to pay that off. So thanks for that that comment. And Indiana the Great, we've already sent the free Bitcoin. Also, with somebody talking about Campus Coin, which sounds interesting as well. I've heard of it, but that looks like something else that can be added as well. So thanks for those comments, guys.
P-Man Van, thanks for the heads up there. Zay, I guess I didn't click you over, so they were just staring at me clicking on my laptop for a second.
Oh, yeah, it's all good.
What's going on, Antonio, Crypto Q, Alex G. Everybody's in here. All right, we're going to get first a few things. Some people have already received the email. Some people didn't. Learned a lot of stuff this weekend, including that you actually can only send a certain amount of bulk emails out using Gmail, even if you're paying for their G Suite. So because that, everybody didn't get the email, but it's okay. We went ahead and reduced the price to our payment portal for the newsletter. So all you have to do is go to kirbycrypto.com, and there's a join button right there on the main page. You can join our newsletter group. We're going to be doing 2 newsletters a month. Discord group. What else do we have in there, Bitcoin Zay?
We also have one on-demand question a day. For every 24 hours, ask a question. We have 1 live conference a month with a long Q&A session for people who need it. You get a free Bitcoin starter guide, as well as a merchandise discount with us and with other businesses who have merchandise, which we'll be partnering with in the future. So a lot of good stuff in there, probably way more services than anybody else, American-based, I would say, combined with the trading analysis as well. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah, I will say just from the last week or so, they've been posting charts and stuff. Each one of those things have been hitting. So yeah. Right now, the reduced price is $50 monthly. You can do it either one time and do it every month, or you can do recurring payments. And then we also have $500 annually. In about 2 weeks, when we release about 2.5 weeks, when we release our next newsletter for the March cycle, those prices are going to bump up again. So go ahead and get them at the reduced rate right now if you want to be a part of it. And again, the Discord group is worked on its own.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say also, yeah, family members, people who.
Okay. Other than that, of course, the podcast is available on iTunes, Google Play. We're going to have all the links on the website for that coming out as well. So a lot of good stuff unrolling. And then tomorrow, hopefully, when we do our live stream, we'll have some new things set up. It will be more interactive on the screen. So it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. All right, time to get to the news. Biggest story of the day, of course, is mobile payments app Circle acquires crypto exchange Poloniex for $400 million.
Shout out to Poloniex. Hey,
you know what? Yeah, shout out to Poloniex. You know what?
Hey, man, if you're a business and your chat box goes down, your followers go down, users go down, and you still get $400 million, shout out to you.
Well, that's what I'm going to talk about from the business point. But as far as Poloniex, way to trick the suits off the street, because I know they have no clue what they just spent $400 million on, which is pretty funny. Oh, yeah. And it's funny, even the news stories on the Poloniex exchange, what they say, but Poloniex exchange offers trades in 68 different coins and is currently the 14th largest crypto exchange by 24-hour volume on CoinMarketCap, trading a total of almost 140 million today at press time. So a couple quick things people need to know. First of all, everyone knows the Poloniex volume has been, I had to say allegedly now since they have like a full legal team. But everyone knows their volume has been like, it might not be what it seems. People, it might be some fake bots on there creating volume, make it look like a lot of people on there. But I guess it kind of, I see why Poloniex has been quiet now with the customer support. They really haven't cared because this deal clearly has been in the making. What do you think?
Yeah, well, we've said before, actually, 2 things. One, we said Poloniex isn't going away. They're just kind of getting itself together. And then 2, Circle, when they stopped Bitcoin payments through the app, we were like,
you called that. I give it to you.
We said, we was like, they're not stopping forever. They're just trying to retool it, because I don't think they knew what they were getting themselves into. It was just kind of a test to see how much volume it would have, how much interest it would have, and then they would come back stronger. And also, Circle is backed by Goldman Sachs. So we've also said, and Goldman Sachs is pretty much backed by Warren Buffett. So we've also discussed him saying he won't ever buy Bitcoin, but we've heard that before. And what do? They invest in Bitcoin businesses. So it's not that they don't want to buy, Bitcoin directly, whatever. They want to get in on it. They just don't want to buy it, directly. They want to basically sell the shovels for the gold.
And that's the best way to make the money. And they're technically keeping true to their word. They haven't bought Bitcoin. They're like, we're buying everything that has to do with it, though. What's interesting to me, though, which, again, from the business standpoint, if crappy Poloniex, number 14 on the list of the largest exchanges, whoever, according to whoever listed made this, if they go for 400 million people, think about the top 3 to 5 exchanges. Those things are going for billion. They're going for more than sport teams right now. They are literally, this is literally the bank. This is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Poloniex, 400 million. So I actually do want to know how much is Coinbase worth now. I'll give it to them just off the data alone. How much is Coinbase worth? But today in our title of the video was ready for launch, prepare for launch or something. But basically, all these stories for the most part are going to have a bullish sentiment. Next big story up: Swiss Stock Exchange chairman sees upsides to launch of crypto Franc. So for the Swiss Stock Exchange, their chairman is now saying that their country needs a crypto Franc as well.
Now. Yeah,
it's happening. It's happening. Is this country number 4 now? 5?
Yeah, 5 in the last week. Yeah, it's Venezuela,
Iran, Turkey.
Who else? I mean, we've heard Russia before.
Right.
So yeah, they're coming. They are coming.
I mean, this story, people, we're not even going to go in detail on it. The title is all you need to hear. Another country talking about launching their own crypto. This thing is here to stay. Get ready for a bull cycle. It's coming here soon. So I hope you've been accumulating as a lot of others in the space have.
Oh, yeah.
See, going back a little bit, speaking of Coinbase, I know one of the biggest stories out as well was Coinbase informed over the weekend 13,000 affected customers of imminent data head over to IRS. If you remember back in July 2017, the IRS initially asked Coinbase to hand over about 500,000 user data in an attempt to catch those, they say, cheating on their taxes. However, another court order in November reduced that number to around 14,000 of high transacting users, whatever that means. And now the platform is saying it's about 13,000. And that's what they gave to IRS. Remember, they said that was a partial, but still significant victory, which I kind of didn't think. But, some people pointed out to me it was a victory because others will come in and take their market share and won't allow that to happen. But, yeah, I mean, that had to be a bad email to get over the weekend that, hey, all of a sudden, I know you've been trading with us. And this is from the years 2013, 2015. So I know you've been trading with us for a long time. You've been a loyal customer. But because you've been so loyal and trading with only us, we're going to give all your information over to the IRS.
Exactly. Thanks for helping build us up and giving us the liquidity to move forward. And now we're moving forward without you. Thanks, man. And one of those people was Andres Antonopoulos. He actually tweeted that he was one of the people that got a Coinbase email saying that he did a certain number of transactions and that they sent it to the IRS. He said he wasn't worried, though, because he's done his taxes. So, he's not. I mean, his name is so big in the public light, he can't really get away with it anyway. So,
but when it did come out, he got like 30 or 40 mils. Like, oh, you ain't tell us the real. Like, I told him never tell how much Bitcoin you have.
Oh, yeah. Go about there with the 10,000 Bitcoins. It's like, man, all right. So that's what you've been doing. But yeah.
So in the crypto community, just as a whole, when I'm just kind of seeing the trend right now, it's a lot of people who are in early are, I won't go as far as say selling their souls, but they're definitely selling, they're definitely selling their businesses and like, hey, I'm going to take what I can get right now. I'm going to make some money. I'm move for it. Coinbase is like, they made it clear they're working with government regulators. If you don't think Coinbase is going to try to have an IPO, not an ICO, people, an IPO, initial public offering on Nasdaq, you are insane.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I said, if Poloniex is worth 400 million, Coinbase is going for easy 2.4 billion right now at this point. Like easy.
Yeah, and that's like on the low end, based on like with all the problems they're having and everything. Somebody I think just put 10 billion. It might be a good valuation depending on when they do the IPO. Say they do it this time next year, I'm sure it'll be worth 10 billion. But if they try and do it, next month or so, it probably won't be as much, but yeah, it'll still be the highest valuation company, I think, in the crypto space, easy.
Oh, it is. And it has nothing to do, clearly has nothing to do with the exchange. It has to do with the products they're going to offer institutional investors, institutions. And then also it's data, it's customer data. It has so much customer data, it's worth so much money. So, hey, I mean, they're a good investment, I guess, the company. Let's see. What else is going on? In Venezuela, Venezuela launches a free cryptocurrency trading course for citizens. What? Didn't see that coming. The Venezuelan government has launched a free crypto training course to teach its citizens how to buy, sell, and mine digital currencies, particularly the oil-backed petrol that has been recently issued by the state. Local news outlet Telesur TV reported this Saturday, or last Saturday.
Oh, yeah. How not to get wrecked.
Right? Well, you know, I will. Again, I'll give it to the country that they're teaching people about crypto because at the end of the day, as long as people learn, you know, they have that choice to say, yeah, we're not going to go with what the state's doing. We're going to go somewhere else. Yeah. But, wow, way to aggressive game plan they have going on, huh?
Hey, they've been going back to back to back. They were like, we're releasing it. And then the president came out and was like, you got to use it for this. And then it came out and was like, and then we're going to teach you how to use it so you don't have no excuse. So they basically like, you're going to use this. It's no excuse. And this is how. So in my opinion, this is actually a positive long term because like you said, some people will learn about it and say, there's other cryptocurrencies. Let me see what I could do with these other ones and learn how to mine something else or use something else. Or maybe even leave the country and start somewhere else. But that is a good starting point. You got to start somewhere. So, yeah, that's the glass half full explanation. But we all know the petrodollar is kind of a sham. So,
right.
Yeah.
And actually, kind of go back because we were talking about Coinbase. One company I did gloss over was BitPay. They were in the news, and you know, one of the things that are taking the newsletter and all that stuff so long. We were working with these payment processors. So yeah, let's go ahead and give BitPay this shout out. BitPay payment processor begins enforcing ban on prohibited activities on its platform. So yeah, like any other, company or store, again, I get it. The ban was for like, some type of pornographic material, firearms, weapons, anything like that, drugs, you're trying to sell all that stuff, they're not going to work with you. I definitely get it. However, this is supposed to be a decentralized market, and they are supposed to be a decentralized, well, they're not decentralized, but they are supposed to be a payment processor that caters to that decentralized market. So for them to come in and start banning stuff outright, it's one thing to quietly not do business, but to come out outright and ban things. I mean, even to the point with us trying to do business with them, all the extra information we have to provide all of a sudden, I mean, it's just is making business tough again. It's making that red tape.
Yeah, too much, man. I think they're going too far now because BitPay, they were the first and really only trusted payment system, but now they're getting to the point they have competition, and I think they're trying to figure out how to keep themselves in line with the institutional part of Bitcoin, which we know there's two sides. But there's a bunch of payment processing systems coming up that are popping up, so I think they're about to take the institutional route. That's why they're putting in all this give us your information stuff, because like we said before, it's data, and if they can receive as much data from you as possible and stay in line with the rules, so to say, which is weird because, like we said, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency was built so you can spend your money on whatever you want. And what is illicit? I don't even understand what that definition is, because if it's available to be purchased and you're an adult, I don't understand. I mean, that's one of those things that is just kind of a gray area. So, yeah, shout out to BitPay for being one of the first. But yeah, they're going down the wrong road, in my opinion.
I mean, I think everybody's starting to notice this. It's decision time, especially for some of the bigger companies that have already made a lot of money. It is really decision time, and the decision they have to make is: you're going to come with the regulators, the suits, and the banks, and we'll help you get along, or are you going to stay over there and keep doing this decentralized, trying to skirt the law in our eyes, or whatever? AKA do the right thing, the morally right thing. But we know how that's going to turn out. So as you said, a lot of people are starting to say, well, we built this thing up for the last 3 or 4 years. Might as well play ball here with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I know they got a lot of customers, so some people won't leave just for that simple fact. So yeah, market share is a thing, because somebody on here was stating about their BitPay credit card. A lot of people use that. So I know some people are like, well, I don't want to leave now because I'm using it. But as things become easier, you'll see that system will be outdated. And I think if you choose institutional investors, you're going at the wrong crossroads. You're taking the wrong path. I know it seems easier that way, but I'm sure it'll be worth more if you stay on the Bitcoin path. So,
right. I mean, well, clearly that's what's been working. Speaking of the Bitcoin path, Bitcoin Core 0.16.0 with full support for SegWit gets official release.
Oh yeah.
Bitcoin Zay, tell people what that means.
Oh yeah, the implementation of SegWit came about last year around August time, and what it is basically it reduces the cost of transactions because the amount of information in each block in the blockchain is reduced. It reduces the weight, so to say. So when you have SegWit addresses in your wallet, your transactions are cheaper, which everybody wants cheaper. So everybody usually wants to move to SegWit. We did have sort of a battle with the whole Bitcoin Cash when SegWit was coming out, SegWit 2x, which are all just mirror images of what SegWit accomplishes. And now it's being implemented into the main Bitcoin Core wallet. So if you go to bitcoin.org, not .com, and download that wallet has SegWit capabilities. It also has a few more features. I believe there is a way to create child addresses from parent addresses, which is sort of more advanced. But it's a lot of stuff rolling out in this update, which proves Bitcoin still being developed, is still being worked on, which is the biggest bullish sign you can have for any coin is that the developers are actively working to make it better. So glad to see that. And now that pretty much every wallet is going to use SegWit, Coinbase, Bitfinex said they're going to start using it. Low fees and fast transactions are becoming common now. So all we have to work on is make them even faster and even cheaper. So, which is great because the last few transactions I've done have been pennies, 6 cent, 4 cent, things of that nature. So no matter the amount.
So it seems to be that these other coins that had their hopes on being faster than Bitcoin might see the end of the tunnel here soon, and not in a good way.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because if their main marketing plan is faster than Bitcoin and cheaper than Bitcoin, well then what happens when it's just the same? We don't need your coin anymore. So that's the big thing coming up now. That's why you see a lot of ICOs failing right now. See a lot of the other altcoins dying slowly. You probably see about 90% of them gone in the next couple of years. So Bitcoin's proven that it's king over and over again. I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize it, but yeah, this is definitely a great step in the right direction.
Well, speaking of SegWit, this is a pretty good story on Cointelegraph. Original piece a day purchaser does it again with Bitcoin Lightning Network. If you remember back in 2010, it said on May 22nd, 2010, a guy bought a pizza with Bitcoin. Everybody was celebrating or whatever. But it turned out he used 10,000 Bitcoins to buy that pizza, which today's market value would be about $97 million, $97.5 million is change. Again, he bought that in 2010 with 10,000 Bitcoin, which is again about $97.5 million now.
Yeah,
which is crazy. I mean, I'm just looking at that number.
Hey, but you know what's even crazier? Hey, 8 years from now, we may look at his pizza purchase again and then be like, man, you spent $6 million on another pizza. You know what I mean? Because if the value goes up that much, so
right, exactly. But his name is Laszlo Hanysek or something. I can't pronounce it, but he was on about the first physical pizza, but he's did again now using the Lightning Network. He bought two more pieces using the Bitcoin Lightning Network. They said this time around he paid about 649,000 satoshis, or about 0.00649 Bitcoin, which equated to about $62 for both pieces. So again, it's a little bit of a closer scale there, but amazing. It's the same guy years later, and it's showing you how big of a difference it's already made and how quick he can get it done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope that pizza came with a house.
That first pizza?
Yeah, that first pizza
came with one of these houses in the hills out here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see. All right, so some kind of more news going around again. Bullish for Bitcoin. The U.S. and the United States, Georgia, the state of Georgia is apparently the next state in line to accept crypto for taxes and licenses. Senate Bill 464, introduced by Republican state senators Joshua McCoon and Michael Williams, proposes that the commissioner shall accept as valid payment for taxes and license fees any cryptocurrency, including but not limited to Bitcoin, that uses an electronic peer-to-peer system. The bill stipulates that once payments are received, the commissioner will convert the cryptocurrency to U.S. dollars in the period no longer than 24 hours. What? So
that's tight.
Everybody wants in.
Everybody's trying to take your crypto, people. That's my reason. I think they're accepting it in crypto is because they're like, well, we want it too. So if we can get a hold of it, then we definitely can take it from you. I wouldn't pay in crypto, but the fact that it's an option is one, free promotion. Two, it means that states are recognizing it basically as a real currency. So people can't say anymore, this isn't real money, this is a real currency. However, I will say the wording around it seems sort of like they're just going to tax based off of the gains on the exchanges that they follow. I don't know how they're going to do taxes for forks, airdrops, loss of crypto, people who lose it or get it hacked or stolen. I don't know what they're going to do about that, but I'm guessing, you know, they're trying to figure that out now. So shout out to them for the free promotion. However, I wouldn't use Bitcoin to pay taxes. So there are some people who want to be safe. There are some Ned Flanders out there. A lot of them, actually. I've met a couple already who out here in Charlotte who are, they try to keep it so safe. They're limiting themselves. So even if they get crypto, they'll make sure they pay their crypto taxes in crypto. So, you know, those people exist.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's the Ned Flanders out there. Ruin it for everybody.
Whole lot of Neds.
Whole lot of Neds. All right, going to Canada. TD Bank bans credit card purchases of crypto following global trend. The Toronto Dominion Bank, one of the largest banks in North America, has announced in an email statement to customers on Friday, February 23rd, that it is banning the purchase of cryptocurrency with credit cards. Again, we've already seen this. The other banks are doing it. I guess Canada got the phone call late, or maybe they just got their, you know, it was time for them to go ahead and pick their side. And, of course, they had to pick the banking cartel.
Yep.
It's like, it's not much to say. He's like, yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, that's exactly that's what happened. Hold on, I'm reading.
I say, Federico Gutierrez. That's a great point. Yeah. Federico, and pardon me if I'm mispronouncing your name, said, wouldn't you pay with the crap coins that would day in 2 or 3 years? Yeah, he said you can pay your taxes in the crap coins that's not doing nothing these days.
Yeah. I mean, I pay my taxes in Verge or Dogecoin or something, or some red coin, something small. I give it to them in that. Be like, hey, take this BitBean and see what happens. But as far as
BitBean and see what happens, I love it.
Yeah,
there we go.
But you're not giving my Bitcoin.
Watch your pump after the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not giving you my Bitcoin, brother. Y'all can go on here with that. But yeah, well, it's one of those things. That story, everybody copies each other. It's not even surprising, because in the private life of people like ourselves who are entrepreneurs, who are creative people who do stuff, we come up with all the ideas. We come up with all the things that make money, and the regulators just come in and they basically say, okay, how can we make our money from it? Once one regulator figures it out, they copy each other. So as soon as one regulator says, oh, we're not going to allow credit cards, how many have been in the last couple of weeks? We've just saw like 6 banks or so. Some of these banks I never even heard of. They just did it. They were just like, well, JP Morgan did it, and then somebody else did it. And now in Canada, they're doing the same thing. They're just copycats. And that's why whenever we tell you news from another country, even though you may think, oh, I don't have anything to do with Japan or South Korea, this is what they do. They see what works and they copy it, especially in a very new technology. So once you get a hold of that, start following international news like we've been showing you, you'll see they're going to come with it even harder with some of these other regulations with credit cards. So just be ready for that.
And speaking of it, I can't remember we talked about it. I think we did it, but I know we talked about it on the show we were a guest featured on last week. But talking about banks and everything, Bank of America came out last week and admitted to U.S. regulators it may be, quote, unable, end quote, to compete with the growing use of cryptocurrency. In its annual report to the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, filed February 22nd, the major U.S. bank for the first time highlights cryptocurrency as an area that may cause it, quote unquote, substantial expenditure as it tries to remain competitive. Like, so Bank of America came out and said, we don't know, we can't do nothing.
We can't make up no more fees, man. We can't. That's why I can't wait. I can't wait until Thursday when we do our career fair booth that we're doing for CIAA. Bank of America will be there. Wells Fargo will be there.
Oh, that's right. Oh, wow. So for those who will be in North Carolina, so Bitcoin Zay is already in North Carolina. He beat me there. I might head out there tonight early in the morning, but we're doing a booth at CIAA for the basketball tournament, and Bank of America will be there. Where's the booth going to be at, Bitcoin Zay?
It'll be at Charlotte Convention Center, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And like I said, it'll be a career fair, so people looking for jobs, people interested. We're using it basically as a tool to show people trying to get a job or work for somebody that with crypto you can basically create your own job, create your own destiny, so to say, as well as maybe join our team if you have the right skills. But Bank of America will be there recruiting people as well, which will be hilarious because if they go to them first and they come to us, we'll be like, hey, they're scared of us. They don't even know what to do with cryptocurrency. but yeah,
they'll be waving a whole shirt like a flag in front of them.
Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna be that's definitely gonna be funny. But
probably be there as well. All the banks. This is Charlotte, North Carolina. All the banks are there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second or third biggest banking industry in America. One of the biggest in the world, and it's literally people who are going straight to them for advice, straight to them for their banking needs and banking solutions, and they're literally telling you, we can't beat these guys. It basically like KD in the locker room right before he went to the Warriors. Like, man, we can't beat these guys, man. I'm about to go join the Warriors, man. Y'all trash over here, man. I can't.
Oh my goodness. Well, all right. Another news. Speaking of course, cryptos and banks being scared of it and states accepting as taxes, it looks like Liberland created their own cryptocurrency. What's going on over there in Liberland? Tell people about Liberland for those who don't know.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't heard of Liberland, it's based. It's right in between Serbia and I believe Czech Republic, somewhere in there. Croatia. Sorry, it's somewhere in there. Very small place. It was a place created where people could use just cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin was the biggest at the time when it came out in 2014, but now they're accepting donations in Bitcoin, Bcash, and Ethereum in order to establish a country where there'll be no taxes and no gun control, which is one of the things they put, as well as no infringement on each person's day-to-day life. You use cryptocurrency, you buy what you need, you go from there. So right now on the waiting list, they have 500,000 people on the waiting list, which I saw Liberland when it was started. I read the Liberland Constitution back in 2015. It's too cold for me, but for some people who really are like, I want to just start from scratch. We can't change the system that was here when I was born. So let's just start from scratch, which we've mentioned numerous times. A lot of people will start their own countries. They'll just start buying islands. They'll start different groups and just use cryptocurrency because they're tired of living under a regime or living a way of life that doesn't fit in their eyes a good life. So shout out to Liberland for that. Roger Ver trying to steal their idea and create his own little place. But
Roger Ver and stealing in the same sentence, it can't be true.
Can't be true, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's one of those places or one of those ideas, I should say, that is very noteworthy because they're starting a country from scratch. Like they're literally giving you a place to go if you have cryptocurrency and you don't want to deal with outside sources. So shout out to Liberland for that.
And a couple last quick stories before we ended. Actually, we didn't talk about this, but one thing I did want to mention, I saw somebody say something about Neo. That is right. The Weiss ratings came back, and Neo got the first A- rating on the Weiss ratings. Not saying they don't deserve a high rating, but it kind of goes to show who are the people at Weiss. Like, I don't know any of them.
Yeah, none of them. Nobody does.
So it's a bunch of people who have no experience in cryptocurrency, who have a pre-existing business for something entirely different, and they basically just add the blockchain magic without saying the word blockchain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, basically. And somebody just put, we should hand out whole T-shirts to the bankers to see what they do. Actually, we got some Dinosaur of the Day T-shirts. We probably just hand to them, just place it on the table and walk away.
Oh, that would be too funny.
And also, too, the actual convention, it stops at 1 p.m., which 1 p.m. here is 10 on the West Coast. So we could actually live stream straight from the convention center and just
let's do it. We'll do it. We'll live stream. I'll bring the tripod. We'll get it going.
Do a quick interview with Bank of America. So how does it feel to know that you all were wrong?
We'll actually do all of that. Let's do an interview with the bankers. That would be amazing. Let's do an interview with the bankers and let's do live.
Oh yeah, that would be tight. But yeah, appreciate that comment. But
need to go ahead and get this lawyer money. It sounds like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, right?
All right, and then last big story. Nasdaq came out over the weekend and said it plans on launching Bitcoin futures in the first half of 2018. Wow, that is Nasdaq, people, the biggest of the biggest. It doesn't get any bigger than that. I am telling you, these are all the signs for the next incoming bull cycle, which will make last year look like nothing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think last year was a test pump. December to January, that was just a fraction of what I think could happen because the market only hit, I think about 700 billion. It still didn't hit $1 trillion. So, you know, we'll see where it goes from here. But if it hits $1 trillion, 10 trillion, like some people are saying by the end of the year, you can only imagine what the prices of some of these coins would be. You'll have a few that don't deserve to be there, but even still, you have some that they definitely will be around for a while, man.
All right. Well, that is it. You know what? One last one. Don't want to end on a bad note, but of course, stay safe, people. I'm sure a lot of people saw the story over the weekend where a crypto investor in Moscow fell victim to unidentified assailants who reportedly disfigured him and stole over $1 million worth of Bitcoin. Wow. So it's one of the stories. It's becoming more of a reoccurring story. We've been talking about it. You know, it can happen anywhere, but it's the same as just having cash or credit. I mean, it's kind of crazy that people are doing it for crypto, because it'd be the same if you had a Bank of America account with $1 million and somebody try to rob you for that. But I don't know. You got to stay safe, people. And if you do have $1 million of crypto and you let somebody else know, go ahead and hire some personal security as well.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those things where you need to be very silent if you got $1 million worth of crypto on you. So,
or really about that life. So either one is up to you. For the free Bitcoin, what are we doing today?
Well, for the free Bitcoin, in light of Circle purchasing Polo, what big company do you think will purchase a altcoin or a Bitcoin exchange? And also, how much do you think it would be? So, for example, you could say, hey, Bank of America buys Bittrex for $2 billion, or what do you think?
I can see those. I can see all that actually happening. In the next,
because they don't have the infrastructure set up. So if they had to start from scratch to build their own exchange, that would take another year or two. They would be way behind. So I'm thinking they're just getting their money together to buy exchanges. So to win that free Bitcoin, put who you would think may purchase another exchange, put that public address, and we'll send you that free Bitcoin. So there
you go. And again, people, you can go to kirbycrypto.com if you didn't already receive the email to join. The prices are all reduced for the next, like I said, a couple of weeks until we put this next newsletter up. But you can go in there. We're starting a Discord up. Bitcoin Zay got some TA guys in there with them. Who you have with you, Bitcoin Zay?
On Twitter, you can find them, but their names are Zion and Nick. Also, we have some contributions from Chase. Chase that coin, Shaka, shout out to him. So we'll have contributions from a lot of talented TA people in the Discord group, as well as in the newsletters that will be released in the future. We'll have some great guest articles, business owners. So yeah, look forward to that, and to help you out with your crypto journey, we'll be here for you.
There we go, people. Again, right now for the monthly is only $49. You can do that reoccurring, or you can pay up front for a year. For $4.99 is probably the best bet, because like I said, in a couple of weeks, we're definitely up in the price. But it's chock full of information. Like I said, some of the charts from last week, the previous week, easy 20% hits here and there every couple of days. So if you can't make your $50 back, then we have failed at life. All right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Then we have 4 charts last week. We were just playing around, posting charts. 4 charts hit 20% in a week when it was a down week. So only imagine when we enter a bull market, we can definitely help you there.
All right. Well, there you have it. You can check that out again at kirbycrypto.com. Other than that, thanks for watching. As always, tomorrow we will be broadcasting more than likely live from North Carolina somewhere. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Till then, cheers.
Cheers.